On the scene here at CinemaCon 2017. Coming up, Focus Features celebrates 15 years. Don't you dare go away. So what inspired you to tell this story from a female point of view?
It's a story about women in the Southern Girls' School in the Civil War South, cut off from the world. And I just thought it was such an interesting premise to tell their story, but from the women's point of view.
What can audiences expect?
What can they expect?
Yes.
I think it's entertaining, and I think it's interesting, this kind of male-female power shifts that everyone can relate to, but in a really hyped-up situation.
So how did you prepare for your role as Edwina?
I always work with the same lady, and I do a lot of different things for research, and I watched a bunch of different movies and things like that to get inspired.
All right, Carl, what attracted you to the role?
Holy shit. Sofia Coppola.
Sofia Coppola, why?
Yeah, because I've been a big fan of her work, and even though it was a remake, I felt the script was incredibly original, and I just loved the idea of working with her. And then I heard that, Nicole was in it, and I just worked with Nicole and Kirsten, and then I heard, and I was all about it.
What attracted you to the Book of Henry?
Well, my agent sent me the script and told me that Colin was already attached, and everyone was saying great things about this material. But often, I was saying before, film is a director's medium, and if the script can be good, and if you don't know anything about the director, it's always a bit risky because, a script needs to be elevated, and it can go in the reverse direction if the filmmakers.
And you, Colin?
I feel like sometimes the scariest and most dangerous things can happen in our own backyard, in our own neighborhoods, and this was a movie about two boys and a mother who are dealing with something horrible happening next door, and whether they're going to take matters into their own hands. And there was a lot of themes and issues that I felt we could deal with in the context of something that is unexpected and challenging and ultimately pretty suspenseful.
Stephanie Taylor with the Rogers Revue. How are you?
Hello. Good.
Hi. All right, so you're portraying one of the most beloved historical figures of all time. Did you learn anything new about Winston Churchill during this process?
Well, I knew about Churchill sort of being English as well. You studied history at school, but I was flabbergasted and amazed at his achievements. Even just outside of his involvement in the Second World War, and obviously later with America and Russia, and he wrote his own speeches. He wrote 50 books. He's got the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was in politics for nearly 60 years. He was commended and decorated in 4 wars. He held every major position in politics. He wrote more words than Shakespeare and Dickens put together. He painted 500 paintings, had 16 exhibitions at the Royal Academy, is honoured virtually all around the world, is revered as the greatest Briton who ever lived, was the first to forge the alliance between America against Britain and America to fight Nazism and then later communism. It's extraordinary. So I knew some, but was amazed at his achievements, and thank God for him.
And I'm sure we'll be equally amazed by your portrayal in The Darkest Hour.
What attracted you to the director of this great, amazing movie that's coming up?
Look, I read the script. I knew Charlize was attached. I had a way into the world. I wanted to sort of make a pop culture mashup about Berlin and sort of a color-soaked action, female action-driven piece. And when I saw it, I'm like, I want to shoot for this. And I had to go pitch Charlize and give her my take on the movie, and she was like, that's interesting, let's go make something fun.
Well, I understand that both Charlize and your previous co-star, Keanu Reeves, were training at the same gym at the same time. So I got to ask the obvious question. If you had to pick who would win the fight, would it be John Wick or would it be Broughton?
I wouldn't want to fight either of them.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, they're both deadly. Look, when we bring them into the 8711 facility, like, they learn real martial arts, and they take the time to learn jiu-jitsu or Thai boxing, and so they're learning real techniques. You wouldn't want to take a swing. You might,
One last question.
Floor.
Absolutely. One last question. Since this is the 15th anniversary of Focus Film, do you have a favorite Focus feature that is near and dear to your heart, other than yours, of course?
There's a couple.
Which one?
Constant Gardener, I love for its sort of risky, provocative, view on sort of corporate influence. And then I think Place Beyond the Pines, I love the inventive storytelling and the sort of the dark characters, and gives some great performances. So I just like it that Focus is respectful of filmmakers' visions, and they were completely respectful of mine on Atomic Blonde, so it's great.
We had an amazing time here on the red carpet. We have talked to various cast and crews of wonderful Focus features coming up. And once again, congratulations for Focus Features for celebrating 15 years. Reporting from CinemaCon 2017, this is Dean on the scene. See you next time.